Hello, welcome back to Tactical Tuesday with Johnny Tiger. The date is, yeah, speaking of that, what is the date? I believe, I may be wrong. The date is April 26, 2022. I think so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. Anyway, a little bit of a blooper right there. Today, I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about why is it that some of your self-defense moves fail out there when you are actually getting attacked, while they always work in class or when you are using them, when you're sparring or when you are wrestling your good friends and family members. I have been told many times by many different people at different points in my life and say, hey, I know this really cool move to do. I know this self-defense move, like digging my thumb into someone's underarm or armpit, or digging my thumb into their collarbone, or grinding my knuckle into the side of their face. I know this really cool move that works, and I know it worked because when my boyfriend was tickling me, I did it to him, and he backed off right away. Or I was wrestling my cousin, and I did it to him, and he started crying. So I know this works. Every time I encounter these sentiments, of course, being a very gracious person, I just nod and smile. And yeah, okay, yeah, I know that does work. It does cause a lot of pain. It is very uncomfortable for the person. But deep inside, I'm thinking, good God, I hope he or she never get to find out that this will not work out there. Now, why do I say that? Because there's a very big difference between pain and hurt. Pain, ow, hurt, going to the hospital. To put it in the most simple way, well, we'll talk a little bit more about that, but to put it in the most simple way, pain is a sensation, hurt is a condition. Pain is a sensation and hurt is a condition. A sensation may go away as soon as whatever is irritating your skin, your body stops. And once that sensation stops, the brain, our human brain, are very good at many things. And one of the things our brain is very good at is selective forgetfulness. How often have we been through something horrible, and after it is stopped, we go, oh well, that wasn't too bad. And a few years later, you may even think back and, yeah, back then I was overreacting. It really wasn't that bad. Your brain is very good at forgetting pain. So pain is a sensation that can go away very quickly and loses whatever kind of deterrent it implies to the brain. Hurt, however, is a condition. When you hurt somebody, when the person is hurt, it generates that pain, generally speaking, continuously, sending the brain continuous message. oh, ow, 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 we need to get away, we need to get to the hospital, we need to put a band-aid on this, we need to stop fighting, we need to run away. Very often when I spar with people, when I fight people in a training setting, I'm told that it's amazing that I seem to cause so much pain to whoever I'm sparring with, and yet none of them, well, I shouldn't say none of them because some of them did, but most of them don't get seriously hurt. Heck, most of them don't really get hurt. Maybe a bruise here, a bruise there. But this is because I know the difference that straddles between pain and hurt. I know how to cause a lot of pain without actually injuring the person. Uh, it's a little bit like a shiatsu massage, really. You know where the pressure points are, you know where the nerve clusters are, you know where to hit a person. You can cause enough pain without actually hurting them. Okay? This is very useful when I'm sparring, but these things would not be useful for me if I'm out there being attacked by someone who's on steroid and got that steroid rage and is coming after me. Okay? Because in that instance, pain is not enough. Let's look at a few examples. So someone as big as my dummy Bruce here, someone as big and muscular like Bruce here, definitely look very scary, coming after me. If I put my thumb into his collarbone, like what I would do to get someone to tap out in wrestling, to get someone to tap out in grappling, if I just put my thumb into the collarbone and push down, what would I actually get? Let's say this is out there. We're at the pub, and Bruce here is drunk and very angry. Most likely, he wouldn't even say ow. Most likely, what Bruce is going to do is smack my arm aside and punch me in the face. Okay? It's not going to stop him. This is not going to stop him. If I'm grappling with someone this big and someone who's angry, and I take my knuckle and start grinding into the side of his face, like I do, that almost make people tap out 100% of the time in sparring. Let's say I do this out there in the back alley. What's most likely going to happen is this person is going to start biting me. He's going to bite into my face, bite into my throat, bite my finger, and then beat the heck out of me. Right? Because these are things that are painful, but all they really are irritating. They're just irritating. Why do they work? When we do it to our boyfriend who's trying to tickle our cousin who's trying to wrestle, why does it work in the studio? Because you are doing it to someone whose intention is not trying to hurt you badly. Someone who is not angry at you. Someone who is not furious at you. Someone who is not trying to beat you until you can't move. Someone who is not trying to put you in the hospital. You're doing it to someone who actually cares that you don't get hurt. Okay? So when you do it to someone who is not that emotionally invested, who's not that enraged, then these little tricks, knuckles into the face, some under the armpit, some in the forearm or upper arm, uh, pinching the inside of the thigh. This is a big one. Again, a lot of people think this work out there. Most likely, if the person's really angry, this is not going to work. Because when we are really, really angry, our brain pumps a lot of chemicals, adrenaline and all kind of stuff into our system, not even counting whatever drug or alcohol the guys may have in their system already at that time. And part of the job of those chemicals is to shut off a lot of nerve ending, is to divert power. Those of you who watch Star Wars and Star Trek, you know one of the things that people like to do when they think that their shield is damaged or their weapons damaged. They say, okay, take all the power from the backup generator and divert it to the weapon system. This is what our brains do. When we are really, really angry and we just want to hurt that person, our brain say, okay, we need more juice. Let's take the power. Let's take uh, the sensation away from some of these nerve endings. So we don't feel hungry, we don't feel scared, we don't feel ticklish, we don't feel those minor pain. This is why these stuff don't work when you run into someone who's really committed to hurting you. Okay? In this case, then we need to look at how to actually hurt a person. In another word, cause the kind of pain that is result of structural damage. What is structural damage? Very simple. Let's say I'm fighting somebody out there. If I go in, let's say again, we are saying this person is really meaning to hurt me, really angry. And I go in and grab their leg and start pinching. This person up here in his brain at this moment will not feel that. Even if he does, he knows no one ever died from getting pinched. So he can actually ignore that and keep hitting me in the head. Because while one part of his brain may say, ow, that really hurt, the other part of the brain will say, hey, keep hitting him in the head. Once we knock him down, once he's out, he won't be pinching you. Okay? So we don't want that. We don't want that. So instead, out there, if I'm fighting someone like this, I'm going to grab a handful of his groin and rip right up and out. Okay? I'm going to just start ripping at the groin area. I'm going to rip at whatever handful of whatever I can get a hold of and just pull it until it comes off, right? Because now I'm sending a different message to his brain. Now I'm sending a message that, yes, you may knock me out, you may hurt me, you may win, you may kill me, but you are going to lose body part. You are actually going to lose something. Okay? Do you want to do this? That put an entirely different spin on this. Okay? Now, again, let's look at this. Someone who's really angry start accosting me, wanting to punch me out, and I go in and start punching him on the chest. Is that effective? Well, maybe so if I was Muhammad Ali or Mike Tyson. But what if this guy is Mike Tyson? What if this guy who's attacking me is as scary as Mike Tyson? Okay? I'm not going to punch him in the chest and win. Heck, I might punch him in the face and still lose, right? So in this case, rather than trying to outpunch him, I'm going to find that one instant when I can and jam my thumb right into his eye socket. Okay, and I'm going to keep my thumb in there and keep grinding until he's freaking blind, like me. Why so extreme? Because I'm sending a message. You may be big, you may be strong, you may be able to punch me out with one hand, but you are going to go blind if you keep this up. Structural damage, hurt, is way more effective than pain when the person is serious about hurting you. This even extends to anything combative with weapons. Let's say I have a stick here, and when the person tries to attack me, I go right into the chest, right in the body. Does that hurt? Yes, it hurts. But even myself, I'm not even like Mike Tyson. Even myself, if I'm really angry and someone go like this into my chest with a stick, it's not going to stop me. It's going to hurt. It may leave a couple of cracked ribs if they do it hard enough, but it's not going to stop me. All it does, all it tells, what it's telling my brain is I need to take that stick away from the guy and feed it to him. Oh, yeah, this really hurts. I need to take the stick away and do that to him. That's what it's telling me. So rather than trying to rely on pain by hitting the body, the leg, the arm with a stick, or whatever you're using for self-defense, wait for that one split second where you can bring it down right on the back of the hand, break the knuckles, break the knuckles, or break the elbow, hit it right on the elbow joint, hit it right in the armpit joint. Why? Because in this case, it doesn't matter what they want to do. Okay? They may still want to fight, but they can't fight with a broken hand. Go for the knee. They, no matter how tough they are, no matter how conditioned they are, they're not going to continue to attack you when their kneecap is broken. Right? Structural damage, aka actually hurting the person, is very different from regular minor pain compliances. Okay, so we got to keep that in mind. Pain and hurt are not the same thing. What you think work on your partner, on your training partner, on your friend is not always going to work on someone who's big and strong and stoned and drunk and high and who's really wanting to bash your face in. Right? Now, of course, knowing the difference also will help you not to do crazy things during training or play fighting or wrestling, right? I know, for example, I know how easy it is to snap someone's finger. So that's something I will do in a real confrontation, but something I will not do just to get my partner to tap out. Thank you for checking out today's Tactical Tuesday. We'll be back again tomorrow for Wisdom Wednesday. And now, have a good night.